I started this too soon. We're live. I started this too soon. Go ahead. We're live. I did that. That's a oops.
What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified. Myself. Yes, Stoney greatness. And I'm here with the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the activist, the author, the educator, the entertainer, the conqueror, the
That's a very dramatic pause.
It's a guy who is just all around excellent.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So show some respect and bend the knee, because they come from all across the world to see the man who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground, all the way down there as we speak. He's your king. He's my king. He's King Kevyn.
Well. Look at what we got here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us for another awesome
Absolutely.
episode of the GreatMines Show, where we review RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8 All-Stars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we do a lot more, but right now, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Want to shout out to Rex Tech, or that's not right. Rex Trek. As much as we can converse, I should know that at this point. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
And it's been another good one.
Yeah, good episode. So let's dive right on in. We're gonna go in and dissect the episode. We'll talk about our opinions and give our thoughts, and then we'll give you the show rankings as far as the best 4 racers. And then the best or the least 2 best racers.
2.5. I would say 2.5.
It's 2.5, but yeah, we'll get into that. But we're gonna go through all that and give our I guess pre-predictions as to what we can expect in the next installment that's coming up next week. So thank you for tuning in to the. I think we're like the first ones to post a review. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and everything. Sharing all the RuPaul fan group pages and stuff like that.
And join us in the conversation. So if we're talking about any of the girls, anything that's going on that you just happen to agree with, even if you disagree with us, we want to hear your opinion down in the comments section.
Absolutely.
Give me 1 second before we die over here.
Yes, because we cannot die over here. We just need to plug in a cord, and you people are doing great. So let's dive right on into everything while the king plugs in the royal cord into the royal socket.
I like plugging the royal staff in the royal socket.
Oh yeah. I bet he does. Yes. Yep. Look at that. The royal cakes.
Lord help us all. I just got 2 words: snatch game. I can't wait. That is something to look forward to. I want to see their roast and their snatch game. I'm curious to see how that turns out. What?
Okay.
What? What?
No. Okay.
Okay. So,
that's how I feel about the snatch game. Honestly, I do.
Is it because of this group of queens?
Yes, it is. It is because of this group of queens.
I think it's going to be a split.
I'm very much like.
it's going to be a split bag. Don't expect all winners, all stars, all winners. You're not going to get that.
Because to be honest with you, I'm just like, when it comes to Snatch Game, like, it's okay if they don't do it during this All-Star season. I'm okay if they don't do it. If they just, relegate it to either the, the regular season, or, like a special season of All-Stars where you got some queens on there. But I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. So, if they do it this year, I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised. I'm glad that, who was that? Rex, that's looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad that, Rex, you're looking forward to it. I'm excited for you.
I am as well. I'm
excited for you to look forward to it.
I just feel you're going to get maybe like 2 or 3 really strong performances, and the rest is going to be ass.
Yeah. So,
that's how I feel.
Instead of like 5 solid performances like we got,
But what if Ru does that thing where she gives them the opportunity to be 2 different characters and she splits it up again?
Well,
it will give some opportunity to redeem.
Well, they didn't split up. They split up because they played it early on in the season with season 15, and they had such a large cast.
No, I'm talking about All Stars, All Winners.
Yeah, where they did 2 different characters. Yes. Yeah.
Instead of splitting up the group into 2 different shows. No, like girls that are still standing in All Stars do like the first portion of Snatch Game. They do 1 character. Then the second portion, they do a second character, like they did All Stars, All Winners.
Oh yeah. I would look forward to that. I would look forward to that because at least that gives them some type of versatility, and everything. So that sounds interesting if they go that route. If they go the traditional Snatch Game type of route, I don't know, but that's just me.
You never know. Somebody might surprise you.
Yeah.
I actually, in this episode, I had a few surprises, to be honest with you. We'll get to them as we talk about what this episode is all about. Which their challenge was the Supermodel Challenge.
Yeah, it was the Supermarket Ball.
Yeah, it was a ball.
Supermarket Ball.
The challenge. But they had to be like supermodels using.
Well,
that
was one of the categories. So Supermarket Ball was the challenge. There was
I want them to be.
There was no mini challenge. And there were 3 categories.
Yeah, I'm about to say they had to design 3 looks.
3 categories. So they had to design 1. They would have came with 2.
We didn't watch the same episode, obviously. I am off.
Yeah,
it's his fault.
No, it's not. So the first look is the first category is legendary queen look. Legendary, like dairy play products. On dairy. So dairy inspired looks. Then you had fruity patootie look, which is more of a fruit inspired look. And then you had supermodel of the world category, which is supermarket model of the world.
I feel like that was so ambiguous.
Yeah.
Because how do you really...
And basically what they did was but they had a bunch of super items that you would find at a supermarket, or examples of items that you would find at a supermarket, in the case of like fake vegetables and fake fruits and stuff like that. But they had them all strewn about the workroom, and they had to create a look from those. So it was very ambiguous because it was everything that you could find at a supermarket.
Which is like almost everything, depending on which supermarket you go to.
Yeah, hence why, certain people had cleaning inspired, looks, and other people didn't have cleaning inspired looks. Some people had flower inspired.
Some people had Party City inspired.
Yeah. So, because you get all that at, a supermarket.
Yeah.
So, there was Supermarket Model of the World, and they had to basically create it in the workroom for that one. So you want to talk about some highlight looks that you thought were good and bad? Let's do 3. You do let's do 3 good ones or 4 good ones. So you pick 2 good ones, I'll pick 2 good ones, and then we'll do 2 bad ones. You pick a bad one, I'll pick a bad one.
In the dairy look, Alexis Michelle actually looked really great. With the cow thing, she was eating a little lettuce.
Yeah, it was a cute little cow costume look.
Really, really cute.
Yeah.
And in the whole vein of cow, La Ree did a cow look. Now, this was La Ree's defining moment.
Yeah, I thought that La Ree looked the best
she's ever looked in any Drag Race episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, was that first look?
It was feminine. It was still very strong, as La Ree gives, but it was cute. The 2-shade hair, one side was white, one side was black. The outfit, the little bags of the cartons of milk.
Mhm.
Lala Ree surprised me.
Yeah.
And did an awesome 2 jobs. So those are my 2 standouts.
Okay. I would have to say that Heidi in Closet did very, very well.
Yes.
And the thing with Heidi is that I would go as far as to say that all 3 of her looks were very strong. Were they all spot on? I would say that the first 2 were more spot on than the third one, where she created it. I think that if she made her third dress a little longer, and gave you more of that, hourglass silhouette type down to the floor, it would have looked more elevated, more, glamorous and everything instead of costumey, which is the way that it came off. It came off very nice, very well put together costumey, but still costumey nonetheless. But her first 2, as far as her legendary look and her fruity patootie look, where she came out as a cute little strawberry, like that was cute. Like everything was cute. Everything was solid, and then you had that tiny little mistake there at the end. So that's one of my highlights.
To call it a mistake is,
I would say tiny little oversight.
It was oversight. Yeah, because it was executed well. It just wasn't to your liking in terms of the length, which I can agree with you on that. So Heidi in the Closet, who's your other person?
I would go to say that who was my standout. I would go as far as to say Jessica Wilde.
I knew you were going to say Jessica.
Jessica looked gorgeous this episode. Like every time Jessica came out on the runway, face was just flawless. And then it was everything, like her legendary look. She came out as a bowl of Fruit Loops. I love Fruit Loops.
Yeah, that was so beautiful.
I love
it.
Fruit
Inspired
Loops.
me to have a cereal solid.
Oh my gosh, and I'm so jealous because I love cereal. And like I love Fruit Loops. Like I just wanted to sop her up with the spoon, like and everything. Then she came out in her fruity patootie look, which was what was her fruity patootie look?
That wasn't the acai, was it?
Yes, it was the acai.
We didn't get to that. We still on the dairy.
No, I would say overall.
Oh. Okay. So then how are we going to do the people? Because I only talked about, because Heidi would have been in mine.
Well, these were just standouts, just overall.
Oh, no, as far as their looks. I think about Heidi too. Heidi, I was just trying to be fair.
Oh, no.
Heidi freaking killed with her strawberry look, the fruity patootie look.
Yeah.
Where she had, like, the flare in the pants for the bottom of the actual strawberry, and then her little corset thing.
Yeah.
That was, like, glitter green, and it was, like, the stem. Oh,
and then the pink hair with the green, like it was just
it was perfect.
Yeah,
that was a perfect look.
It was great. It was great. It was great. Yes. And like I said, Jessica Wilde, like with her acai look, she was like a little picnic girl, little picnic basket full of acai berries on the side and bursting out everywhere. It was gorgeous. And then with her supermarket model of the world look, it was strong. It was definitely beautiful. Her face definitely tied that and put a bow on that. Like oh my gosh, her face every time was just absolutely stunning with whatever she wore. And I think that that's the main reason what brought her home, because like her face with whatever she was wearing.
Trying to do Heidi's
I don't know.
It's a certain texture of the voice you gotta have when you do it. You can't just do the whistle. Yeah. Anyway, so we talked about 4 of the highlighted girls for us.
Yeah.
Who are, you name one and I'll name my least favorite.
Right.
The 2 least favorites of the episode for us. Mm-hmm. So who would you say is the least favorite?
I would go as far as to say that, and see, the thing about it is, like, the 2 people that I'm contemplating, they both had pretty good fruity patootie looks. Like, both had pretty good fruity patootie looks, but the other 2 just weren't at all executed well. And I would say that the one that was the most egregious, because I think that if one queen made a tiny adjustment in the way that her face was presented in order to bring everything together, it would have worked. But I don't think that this other queen could have made just a minor adjustment in order to make all 3 of their looks work outside of the other one. So I would say that my weakest would be Darian Lake, in part because Darian, like, the dress was not long enough for me, honestly. And then the first dress with the dairy look, where she was like trying to give spilled milk,
Yeah,
and it was too long.
it was. It wasn't fitted enough.
Yeah,
And like if something's supposed to be big and flowy,
right.
It should be big. It wasn't big and flowy, but it wasn't fitted.
Right.
So it was in that weird, awkward fit space
where it was like draped.
Yeah,
and that's not, you know what I mean. Like spilled milk, it should be kind of, you know what I mean. Like play with the shape of the body, and then have the drips.
So
like,
honorable mention, in a statement that, well, in line with the statement you just said about play with the body, Kohana Montrese on her Fruity Patootie look as Fifth Element Babs Banana.
Mm-hmm. That was great.
Was freaking amazing in the way the banana peel came and like it legit shaped her body head to toe. That was perfectly done. Although it was slightly an underwhelming look, Jimbo's proportions for her Fruity Patootie look was actually spot on. She had the big cape collar and the hair that complemented the inside of it and the shape of her stitched well. It was just a bit underwhelming and it wasn't spot on.
Right.
But yeah, I would also say Darian Lake, but because I said two, I'm struggling here with who the other person should be because help me. All right, you guys can help me with this. Not you. I want the audience to help me. Mrs. Kasha Davis or Candy Muse? Because I feel like Kasha did too much and Candy didn't do enough.
See, the thing that didn't make me pick Miss Kasha Davis again is because I felt like Darian Lake execution left more better decisions on the table.
And it was in multiple looks too.
Yes, in multiple looks. I think that Miss Kasha Davis's look, the sour cream, was a bit off, but it wasn't a bad look.
Right. Absolutely.
I think that a different, maybe even some lettering on the dress, like a can of sour cream or something like that, would have brought it home.
I think that you should make it iconic. When you think of sour cream, you think of little white tubs with the like blue writing around it.
Yeah, blue and red writing.
Without actually saying that it was sour cream, like make the color pattern sort of resemble that. But that's just me. I'm not a designer.
So that's a little bit of a I thought her Fruity Patootie look was very serviceable and old school drag and showgirly and stuff like that. So that is very passable. I don't have
beautiful.
No critiques on that. And then when it came to her supermarket model of the world thing, it
fell into pieces.
Yeah, because it was too much. But when you go the clown route and you want to go the birthday route, all you had to do was tie it together with some clown like makeup, like very much in the vein of Crystal Method. I think that if Crystal Method were something like that coming down the runway, we would all be like, "Oh my God, that was great," because it fits Crystal Method's aesthetic.
It fits Crystal Method. Yeah. I don't feel like that would be genuine to Kasha. Kasha's camp and humor is not that. So to do that would feel a little disingenuous to me. I
get it, but when it comes to the runway, pulling it together and having a cohesive look is what makes you safe.
But, all right, so case in point, it makes you safe, but if you don't show that you're confident and comfortable in it, you'll be like Monica Beverly Hills or soon to be Darian Lake, if you ask me. Like, you can have a good idea with bad execution and be safe.
I think that Kasha would have been. I don't know. I just think that if she would have went more of a clown makeup style in her own kind of way and did it more of a kind of like a faux clownish, you know what I mean, with more of a matte, white matte, something to read, birthday clown, because it didn't look it didn't look like.
But to be honest, do you think that she was intentionally going for that?
When she said birthday, she wanted to be something about the biggest birthday aisle or like the birthday cake aisle or something like that. And she was inspired off of birthday, hence the birthday cake. But I'm like, what do you think of at a child's birthday besides like cake and stuff like that? Like a lot of them have clowns, I mean, not ones that I would put on because I'm afraid of clowns. I don't like them. I'm not paying one.
The most perfect thing she could have done was should have took a note out of Selena S. Titty's book for the grand finale. that cake dress, if she would have did like a white birthday cake style dress, that would have been so much better. She could have been
But again, she's not
elegant with
talented
it.
she's not a seamstress, according to her. She's not talented with the, not saying that she's not talented. She's
Right.
not talented with a sewing machine. So, I mean, she did the best that she could. I just think that had she went the clown makeup route, it would have probably had her at a safe point, more so than, not safe and in the bottom. Because honestly, I thought that all of her looks were better than Candy Muse's in quality.
Yes, even her worst look, the quality was better.
Right.
Candy Muse, I feel like she's not cinching, she's not padding, she's not stuffing, nothing. I'm tempted to say she's not tucking, but it's like I don't get it with Candy because she's not giving us anything to marvel over.
And I tell you what, I only like my avocados and my guac. I don't like my avocados in drag. Because she's shaped like an avocado.
Damn. Mushy.
That she probably is mushy. Look at her.
Stop it.
If you don't got that quality, get off my TV.
I will say this. There is something that Candy Muse does when she walks the runway. It's like all of her personality and attitude goes into her lips. I don't know if you ever paid attention. Next time you watch,
Oh, yeah. I think she likes to finger her personality too, because she always sticking her fingers in her mouth.
Next. So
now we're off to our. Oh, let's announce the results. And the result is.
Well, let's say that Ru went down the line and started calling girls that were safe.
Okay. So the safe queens were Heidi Closet, Kahana Montrese, Candy Muse,
that's a shock.
Alexis Michelle,
and James Mansfield.
Yes. Those were the safe queens.
As you notice, we didn't mention much about James or Kahana. They both did good.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So those were the safe queens. And then you had left on the stage Jessica Wilde, Jimbo, Lala Ray, Darian Lake, and Mrs. Kasha Davis. Okay. Jimbo, Lala Ray, and Jessica Wilde got positive critiques from the judges. And then you had Darian Lake and Mrs. Kasha Davis getting the negative reviews from the judges. So we pretty much knew who the tops and who the bottoms were based off of the judges' critiques. Then Ru announced that Jessica Wilde was the winner of the episode, winning her $5,000.
No, it was $5. It was. You're right.
Yeah. Won $5,000. All right. Yeah. So she won $5,000. She gets the right to compete against the Lip Sync Assassin for the $30,000 tip that's been rolling over the past 3 weeks. So yeah. So Jessica Wilde won, and the bottom two queens were Miss Kasha Davis and Darian Lake.
Rightfully so. Except Candy could have been in that bottom.
Yes, Candy very well could have.
It's messed up because I say Candy should have been there over Lala Ree, and I don't like Lala Ree's drag at all. But yeah, one way or another, it's Kasha and it's Darian Lake.
I mean, a lot of people and a lot of the folks on the internet are saying that Candy should have been in the bottom last week with that Met Gala look. That was terrible. And then, like that combined with her lackluster performance, at least, you could tell that Kahana was trying to, to do something with the role. You know what I mean? Like it was just Candy just being Candy, and
it wasn't really that
she wore her face on the runway, like with Tool.
I was watching Pit Stop, and Bianca was making fun of the fact that Candy Muse's blush is on the side of her eyes at this point. Blush is usually along the cheekbones. Hers is going upward around her eyes almost. But hey, that's her look.
That's her look, yeah. So So the lip sync assassin came. Lip sync assassin was Aja O'Hara, the winner of Canada
Did
versus.
you say Aja?
Yeah, Aja
Raja.
O'Hara. Raja O'Hara.
Yes.
Raja. Let me put an R there. Raja O'Hara. Winner of Canada versus
Aja
the
was
world.
the other week.
Yeah. I don't know why that is in my mouth.
And Raja O'Hara
Mm-hmm.
really is the lip sync assassin.
Mm-hmm.
I freaking love her. And she's she slays with the sewing machine.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of those fashion queens.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Raja O'Hara for popping up as a lip sync assassin.
Yes, the crowned winner of one of the other shows. One that we didn't watch. So the song that they lip synced to was "My Coconuts" by Kim Petra. Is it Petra or Petrus? Petrus. We have our fact checker, in the studio today. Thank you.
But yeah, so we know Jessica won, so now Jessica is getting ready. Now, we'll get to it because it was a thought I had about choosing how people are chosen to get eliminated and all that good stuff, and then the way people have been playing this the whole voting thing, because we didn't talk much about that. How there was an issue between Kohana and Jessica Wilde because Jessica Wilde voted to eliminate her last week against Naisha Lopez.
Same with Kasha Davis.
And Kasha Davis, yes. So, but let this play out, and then we get more into that.
So yeah, they lip synced to "My Coconuts" by Kim Petras, and great song. Love a song about titties. And there was titties on display because Jessica Wilde broke them out. She broke out the ass titties.
So, who do you think won that lip sync? Because it wasn't like Raja wasn't slaying, because she was.
Oh yeah, no, but I thought Jessica Wilde won it.
Yeah. She was wearing it.
It was a body. To me, it was a body.
Fair enough.
Like, even though to me, for my taste, she revealed it because you could tell she had some big ass breast on with that jacket on, and she could have played with the song just a little bit longer. You know what I mean? And then maybe on the second "My Coconuts," so or break them out when she names them.
There was a moment when she said Mary-Kate and Ashley.
She could have been like.
But that was earlier in the song, though, so I get it.
Right.
I wish she would have waited.
Yeah, but either way, even if I think it would have been a little bit longer. Even if she brought him out earlier in the song, I think that not the first. You know what I mean? When the song started, you know what I mean.
So
but
what you're
she
saying
handled it well.
She should have done it like a burlesque show.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. But it was. But she handled it well after the early reveal. She didn't let up at all, and that's the thing. If you blow your load early, you just can't let up. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, she did that,
and she won.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, poor Aja. Because like they said on the pit stop, once the titties came out, there was no chance.
Right.
None.
But the grand prize of winning the lip sync had rolled over for 3 weeks. So instead of $10,000 for winning the lip sync, she won $30,000.
$30,000
plus her $5,000 for winning the week's challenge.
So $35,000 in a week's worth of work.
Sis, Kadabra or dollar. Because she got it. For real.
She would let you too.
I was wondering though, like the lip sync assassins, like I wonder what they paid them to come in and do that.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a good like $5,000.
Right, so like they it's still worth it for them because they don't get to walk away with anything from the lip sync if they win.
Yeah, like they take the tip.
Right, they don't. I'm also wondering because we find out in the next episode.
Yes,
but I wonder how the girls did decided how they would vote for, because I think
we know Kahana it was going to be personal.
It wasn't unanimous, but a good amount of the girls actually voted for Darian as well as
Kasha. Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see how the aftermath goes this next episode, because they always show the person opening the case and seeing how the votes went, and this will be the first time this season that a winning queen, exercise the right to, eliminate a queen, like to where it's on the winning queen. It's not on the group.
Right.
So it's going to be now on the group to justify if they voted out Darian,
I don't think it would take much justification. And once it comes up in conversation,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Darren will understand why they voted for her. It was the second time in the bottom.
Yeah.
3 episodes in.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, this is not the Darien Lake I know. Like,
Yeah,
girl,
no.
find that way because your talent was with
I
it.
mean, you got to figure finish 4th on a season with Courtney Act, Adore Delano,
and Bianca Del Rio.
Rio. Like, Ben de la Creme was on that season.
My girl Trinity K. Bonet. Like
that was a loaded season.
And you were one of the heavy hitters of the season.
Oh, was she ever?
She was one of the heavy hitters of that season. So I don't know where it's at, but go find it. Because, girl, you look great, but you're not doing what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Special guest judge was
Jojo Siwa.
Which was funny because previous episode, well, no, not previous. Was it the previous episode when James Mansfield did a tribute to JoJo?
No, that was the first episode. Yeah,
yeah, it's Famous Now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was cute to see JoJo come in, watching them. They had a moment together. Well, they didn't have a moment together, but JoJo had a moment with the. I was waiting for them to actually
reference that, but no one mentioned it. So yeah,
but it was still a very cute reference,
mm-hmm.
and they talked about JoJo coming out. Which, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Then there's the pit stop. I don't think I can handle it. I love Bianca Del Rio.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sugar and Spice are very cute.
Yeah.
I just can't listen to them.
No.
So let me tell you, and you know this. So let me tell you guys who's calling. So, oh man, you know this.
My coconuts.
I have gone to sets where I'm supposed to work, and if the people started talking and they sound ignorant, and like not just like they have an accent or they have a certain type of lingo based off of where they're from,
right?
But like the things that they say out their mouth is just plain straight out stupid. It turns me off. I love, like, I was watching a video of this older lady, and I'm telling you, she was
like the COVID vaccine is poison.
Not even just that.
Oh.
I mean, stupid shit. Just I can't even think of anything, but just some
like
random
Donald Trump
stupid,
actually won the election.
Not nothing political. We didn't even get there.
No, you said stupid.
Yes, but not political stupid. I mean, like, did you graduate from the 5th grade?
That's just not political stupid. That we counted votes.
This is my moment. Stop trying to sell my shine.
I'm just saying.
No, but like the thing is, I can't stand, like, ignorance turns me off. And I was watching this video of this lady,
like the Earth is flat. Stupid,
like he's just gonna keep doing it.
I'm just trying to equate.
I'm gonna talk over you then. So this woman was talking, and her conversation was so sensual. The way she used words and how poetic she was, and like it was so powerful and so moving. Like, that turns me on. But when a person can't think past their think past their nose, for that matter, it turns me off. So I can't really work with that person.
Oh goodness!
Now, Sugar and Spice, I'm not saying that they're like academically stupid.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not, because I know that they're not. I just, to hear them talk, like, I ramble, but oh my god, 2 of them at the same. I'm a Gemini.
Well, so you ramble because
I'm a Gemini, and they're both. Speaking of Gemini, my birthday's coming up. I hear those voices going off all the time. Now, to hear all of these voices in both of their 10,000 voices, oh hell no, I can't. I cannot.
Yeah, no, I think that they were cute. It was a little bit too much on the pit stop. Kudos to Bianca Del Rio for being able to wrangle those two. But yeah, no, they're cute. They're cute.
Rex said Sugar and Spice in small doses, and not at the same time. Give me spice, give me sugar, but don't give me sugar and spice at the same time. It's hard enough to wrangle in one. because it's like they feed off of each other, and they're talking about two totally different things. I was actually talking to him about this. Like, how are you on the phone having a conversation with somebody, and you're talking, and the other person is talking the whole time, and you guys just keep talking? Are you even hearing each other? How in the hell are you doing it? Because I can't do it. Nope, can't happen.
You know what I want RuPaul and World of Wonder to do?
What's that?
Get Sugar and Spice and put Bianca Del Rio, right? And then we have the drag version of the Powerpuff Girls.
Absolutely. Yes, and Bianca could be Buttercup. Is that right?
Blossom.
She be Blossom. Oh.
Yeah, she would be Blossom.
So
she would definitely be Blossom because, like, yeah.
Now there was a conversation that happened in the workroom that I thought was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about relationships, and I think one of the most interesting parts was Darian Lake, who mentioned that she had never been in a relationship
and has no intention on it.
Yeah,
that is admirable.
Yeah, it is actually. Mm-hmm.
Not saying that, you know what I mean? Not saying that there is anything wrong with being in a relationship or that being in a relationship is unhappy or anything else like that. But what I admire is that, you know, I don't, and you know, I would say that everyone who pursues a relationship or is in a relationship does have that small sliver, and it's different sizes for different people, you know. But like, I'm an independent person, but there's always going to be that small sliver of, you know, of fear of being alone. You know what I mean? Even though I'm perfectly fine with being alone and being by myself and everything else like that, perfectly fine. But there's always that small sliver of being alone. But to see somebody who is comfortable, you know what I mean, and totally being alone and just having those, you know, those satellite relationships and being okay with having relationships in different orbits.
You know, I'm used to being in a relationship all the time.
Yeah.
So the idea of being by myself made me think of being alone, which I never wanted to be. So I always linked to something or someone.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started to really get to know me, I can see where Darian is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's working for her. Now, I'm not saying I'm the type of person that just wants to be alone, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. But I can understand where she's coming from. And I think Candy at one point said, like, I got so comfortable after being played a lot, after like in and out of relationships or whatever the case may be. My career has like taken me, and I'm repeating Candy so much. My career is doing so good. Like, I really don't want to give that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video of Jadina on Sway in the Morning, and he was talking about polyamory and like the agreements that people make and things like that, and how he's so
Virginia, I'm a classic man's fan. You know.
Yeah. So his birthday same day as yours?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's lit. But it just makes me think of how, like, there's the whole phase, and there's the settle down phase, but I don't think enough of us take time to like dissect the me phase, the me era, where I date me, I love me, I treat me nice. The things that I would do for a partner on a date, I do for myself. The time I would spend building this relationship, I can be spending building my education, I can be building my wallet, I can be building a better character for myself. So I get it. I completely get it.
Yeah, no, and that was a cool little moment there in the workroom, and everything. But yeah, that is very admirable for somebody to be comfortable, to be, you know, to be okay with being alone. You know what I mean, and having those, like I said, satellite relationships, but keeping them in their orbit. You know what I mean, like, and going over there in that orbit when you need to, and being okay to leave it and stuff like that. Like that, those are all great, you know, traits to have.
To Candy's point, though. The idea of like, if I'm in a relationship, it's going to take away from my career. I don't think a relationship should do that, but does that happen from time to time? Yes, because I think that's what happened to Kasha, because it came up in conversation that the only ball she's played with is Mr. Davis's, and they've been together for so long, and she misses her Mr. Davis and her pets and their little family, and she was okay with going home. I wonder if she was a younger single woman, would she had marched to a different beat? Would she have fought harder to stay?
See, I'm of the ilk where there are certain people who are wired for monogamy. There are. Like it is, but the thing about it is that, but the thing that most people have to come to grips with is that even though you think you are wired for monogamy, the most of us are not. Okay. And for most of us, monogamy is a conditioned behavior that we have to be conditioned in order to, basically, subrogate ourselves to, not subrogate like it's submissive, but adapt to, or is a better choice of word there. Um, and because monogamy is not a natural human trait based off of how we evolved in our line of, evolution and stuff like that. It's not common, at all.
Why do so many people feel like they have to force themselves into this little peg? Mm-hmm. And I get it. Yes, society told us that we have to do this, but
right.
Like, society now is showing you that there are multiple different ways to engage with the people that you love or in love with.
Right.
Why is I don't know. Maybe I'm just so open to like mm-hmm. exploring the universe and the world and different concepts. But like, even in monogamous relationships, there are still compromises and agreements. So mm-hmm. like, why is it that people just automatically shut down this whole non-monogamous thing?
That I don't know. Because I think it's mainly because people don't understand or know how to grapple with jealousy.
I'm so glad you said that.
I do. I think it's a big thing.
And I say that
jealousy.
because I think that jealousy is a real emotion that you need to explore like any other emotion. Mm-hmm. It's the signal to something. And then that you pay attention to that signal and try to get to the root of what that signal is. Is it the best emotion? No one likes to feel that feeling. Mm-mm. But it's telling you something. And 9 times out of 10, it's a reflection of what's going on the inside.
Right.
They got Jan Van Zet right now.
Yeah, there's been times very recently where I've been, you could look at it and say that I am kind of jealous, of certain situations. But in all actuality, the jealousy is the foam on the top. You're not seeing what is boiling underneath.
Exactly.
That is like, fulminating that jealousy. SAT word for that ass.
Yeah, I just wish that like that was a conversation that we could expect, and I say we, I mean like in general society, talking about like you got to talk about monogamy. I mean not monogamy, polyamory or polygamy or any of those others. We can just talk about the word monogamy and how we approach it and why we approach it.
Right. I love how we just spun off into a philosophical conversation, and we're talking about Drag Race.
That was intentional.
We're talking about Drag Race. So
that's what we do.
Getting back to the Drag Race, we have come to the point in the episode where we will now talk about our rankings.
Yes.
And let you guys know. What was that?
2 words. I can't. I think people just tell themselves they can't handle it. And people tell themselves that because society tells you that you're supposed to tell yourself that. Mm-hmm. Literally the only reason why.
Right. Yeah.
All right, let me take this off the screen. All right, you were about to say.
Yeah, so we're about to do our...
And thank you, Ronnie.
Thank you very much for that conversation.
Actually, thank you all for your input on this conversation. So, that cutie 3000 and to Rex Trek. Thank you guys.
Thank you. So so we're gonna let you guys know who our best 4 races are, who our bottom 2 races are, and an honorable mention we got here, and then we're gonna give everyone an update on the Fame game. So let's discuss our bottom 2 first. Let's do those off the bat. Let's get the bad out of the way. So our bottom 2 queens that we have come to an agreement on are first Darian Lake. Darian Lake is a unanimous, bottom racer right now, unfortunately. And we love Darian Lake, but she's not running a good race. And our second or our, next bottom queen is going to be Candy Muse.
Isn't it interesting how Candy Muse is at the bottom before Lala Ree is at the bottom? I feel like Lala is trying. Mm-hmm. It seems like Lala is really putting forth an effort. She just is who she is.
I feel like Candy's running off of that runner-up crown.
Right. She thinks she got it in the bag, but she's not doing enough. Like, even her, like, trying to be the mistress of All Stars 8, it ain't working.
No, it's not.
It's not working for her.
Yeah, so those are our bottom queens. Now, honorable mention as far as, running a very, very good race, very much under the radar. I think that like their trajectory more so than anybody else's is going like this in the race.
Upward?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. James Mansfield.
Yeah.
I think James Mansfield is trending up. I think we're going to get to a couple competitions, or maybe within the next couple episodes she's going to be a winner. She may go home. Who knows? But she's running a very solid race. So honorable mention to James.
I don't know about if she's going to make it to the top 3 or 4, honestly, unless somebody that we're projecting slips up one week, and then she's definitely in there.
Right.
Another honorable mention is Alexis Michelle, only because I feel like she's the one that is the most underrated right now, and I think it's because she's so safe, is bordering the line of mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And she's great for what she does, but it's still bordering very mediocre to me.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So on to our best 4 racers. At the number 4 spot, we have Heidi N Closet.
Heidi N Closet is in the 4th spot, although she is one of our show's favorites at the moment. Mm-hmm. Not the favorite for both of us unanimously, but she's one of both of our favorites. And we want her to be at the top 2.
Personally, I have her in my top 2 still.
Right. I mean, personally, but statistically, and a couple other political things that's going on, she's in a 4th spot right now. Maybe that might change, and not for the good. We don't know. We're looking forward to seeing what's about to happen.
Number 3, we have Kahana Montrese.
Kahana is in the 3rd spot because she has a win, but she also has a bottom judging.
All right. Yeah. In the 2 spot, we have Jimbo falling back.
Jimbo could have stayed in number 1. However, I feel like she, as good as she is, she's sort of like trailing, and she's not staying as consistent. Like, I think she's so good that if she stayed consistent, she could take it home. But she's doing like this thing up and down. The only reason why I don't have her at the number 1 spot.
Yeah, she is plateauing. It seems like she's plateauing instead of crescendoing. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. And at number 1, coming all the way from the safe pack.
Yes.
All the way up to the number 1 lead spot, Jessica Wild.
The reason why I believe the reason why she's in the number 1 spot is because, yes, she has just made her first win. She is the first queen to win the lip sync. She has never been in the bottom. She has had a consistent game from the beginning. So, by all accounts, she deserves to be in our number 1 spot. What do you guys think? Who are your top 4?
Yeah, that was. And so now the Fame Game participants are now Monica Beverly Hills, Miss Nacha Lopez, and Mrs. Kasha Davis.
However, this episode we won't see Kasha Davis in the Fame Game because she was just eliminated.
Right.
Did we even say that? Did we officially say that she was eliminated? We didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we said that she won and that she got to eliminate Kasha Davis. Yeah.
Okay.
So Kasha Davis eliminated, if you're just tuning in.
So, thank you. That's a good way to clean it up.
Yes.
Thank you. So, yeah. I feel like Monica, her first... No, actually, I didn't like her looks. Monica Beverly Hills, I didn't like her. I didn't like her.
No. No, and see, and they only did, Legendary and Fruity Patootie because those were the prepared looks. Sorry. They didn't have a look for the supermarket model of the world because they weren't in the workroom to make one. Although they could release one on social media, they could have released one on social media. But yeah, no, I didn't like. I liked Naisha's Milk look a little bit better than Monica Beverly Hills. I didn't like her mango tree look. It was very much Groot with fruit.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look.
Yeah, no, it was not a good look. And then you had Naisha with a watermelon-esque bodysuit, which is like it wasn't at all great. So yeah, so that's the Fame Games, and Miss Kasha Davis will be competing in the Fame Game runway, which you can view on Untucked. All right. And yeah, so that's where we stand right now when it comes to All Stars 8. I think that this was a solid episode overall. I mean, it was a ball episode, so it's always fun to see the queens in their different looks. And everybody loves a ball. So yeah. What did you think?
Overall, you talk about the Fame Game or the episode? I enjoyed most of the looks. It wasn't my favorite. Like, I'm not super excited about it. It was a good episode, but I'm not super excited about it. Someone had to go home. There were qualities about Mrs. Kasha Davis that I got to adore.
Yeah.
And I am afraid because of her age that we won't get much more drag from her.
Oh.
But we're going to follow her social media. We're going to follow her social. I'm following her social media.
Oh, King Kevyn has Nostradamized her demise.
I say that because you gotta have stamina for something like this. It takes a lot to go out. Now, this is coming from me, someone who has part of my life is nightlife, have to be up at bars and clubs late at night. Now, there's some girls who do it up until their 60s, maybe.
Yeah, there's some seasoned strippers out there.
I'm not even talking about strippers. I'm talking about the drag queens.
Oh,
okay. They are really, really good at it. Maybe they're not doing a cartwheels, flips, and splits or death drops, as they like to put it, but they still do a damn good job. I just feel like Kasha has a home, has a family, is sitting pretty with her good credit. She's one of those girls. I see her as when she did her sour cream look, and she's talking about a Karen who was upset, and she's an anti-masker,
right?
I feel like that's who she
fired
actually
from
is.
The airlines and stuff like that. Yeah,
I feel like that's who she actually is. As a person, my personal opinion. Anyway, so yeah, we're following though. I'm not excited about it. Like, even looking at Kasha's Instagram, she doesn't do a lot of drag. It doesn't. Oh, she does. I'm sorry, but it's just like a whole bunch of promo stuff from this show, from this season.
Yeah,
I'm looking for something like to say she's doing this consistently. Maybe she is. I don't know her life. Just my prediction. It may be bad, but anyway,
right.
Moving right along.
Yeah. So it's that time. It's that time so that we can talk about it. Talk about the book.
Yes.
Life and Lust by Kevyn. Talk about it.
So I legit wrote, I talk about it all the time, the top 10 lessons that I've learned along the way. I legit from time to time go back to that, and it helps me out with a lot of stuff that I go through from time to time. If you guys would like a copy, which you should like a copy of A Life of Lust, Memoirs of the Porn Star, follow this link right here. I guess it don't work the same. There we go. Follow it right there.
It's too small.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start getting on you about that. Anyway, go to the website, purchase your copy of A Life of Lust, Memoirs of the Porn Star. Write my own little personal note to you guys. Thank you for the support. Alrighty. Stoney, we are done here. Anything
Get your copy today at KevynM.com.
Thank you, Rex. Anything else you want to say, Stoney?
Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night.
Good night.